Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tapping with Tristan, another Fit Lab 15 segment. I'm really excited about having this big time student athlete. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're going to dive right in. We got Miss Autumn Smith. Say hello, Autumn.
Hey, I'm Autumn Smith. I go to Martin High School and I'm a senior.
Yes, yes. So let's just dive right in. Then what sport are we playing? What are we doing?
Basketball.
Yeah,
Yes, basketball.
basketball. So you're a basketball player, right? A really good basketball player at that. When did we even start playing basketball? When was that?
I started playing basketball when I was in kindergarten. My mom put me in basketball because I was very shy. And it is weird because I'm really outgoing now and I'm completely opposite. And it's good that she put me in basketball to break that. I
Yep.
was very shy. I didn't really talk to anybody. I always had this habit where I just look down, play with my hands. And then basketball kind of pushed me outside of my box and like to communicate with new people and talk to new people. And so it helped me with that. And so I started playing basketball in kindergarten.
So yeah, that's awesome. So you started pretty young. Was that the only sport that you played, or you played a couple of other things?
I ran track, I played soccer, basketball, and those were the play volleyball. Those were the sports that I played. I was athletic.
Did a little bit of everything. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. I think that's very, very important for some of the young athletes to try a couple of different things. Everything has a different feel. You're going to
Mhm.
have a different network of people you're dealing with. So that's pretty cool.
For
Now,
sure.
were you a really good player, or was you like, I don't even know what the heck is going on, and I had to learn how to become a good player? What was your story?
For basketball, I was a very good basketball player growing up because my dad always pushed me and we go outside and practice, get shots up like every day. And soccer, I was so used to track and just running around. And so I've always been pretty good at sports in general. I was just naturally athletic growing up, basically.
Naturally
And
athletic.
so, yeah.
So when did you? Because we're going to talk about, you're playing at the next level, and we'll talk about that, right? So when did that even start to even cross your mind? Was it early on? Did we start getting involved in AAU at an early age, or did that come a little bit later?
Well, you see, eventually I started getting more serious with basketball. And that's whenever I stopped playing volleyball and soccer. I had to cut down my options. And I was like, okay, I really love basketball. And that's whenever I started getting more serious with it and heading in that direction. And so, yeah.
What age was that? What age was that?
Excuse me.
What grade was that when you started getting?
Um, Probably going into ninth grade. And I was like, okay, because you can't just play every sport in high school. And so I had to narrow down my options and I decided to pick track and basketball to stick with.
Got you. Now, is AAU, remind the viewers what state you're in because I think that's very important.
Texas, best
You're in
state.
Texas. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're in Texas. Texas
best
is a
state.
hotbed for athletes, so they do it a little bit differently. I'm from New York. I've seen that it's a little bit different in how
Mhm.
they cultivate the athletes here. So you start going into the ninth grade. Are you playing AAU at this time, or is it you're just looking at the high school ranks?
I played AAU during the time. I've been playing AAU since I was in like sixth grade, I believe, youngest I could be to play AAU. And then I stopped playing. This was last season was my last game or playing with AAU because I'm going to go to college. And so, yeah.
So did you transfer teams to teams because that's important? Am I right? Playing for the right AAU is very important. Am I right?
Yes. I actually transferred. I think I played for three AAU basketball teams.
Okay.
And it was kind of weird because, I like creating strong relationships with people, but I also like meeting new people. But I ended up moving from different teams and it was three teams. I liked each team. Each team was a good fit, but it was something new each time. And so
Right. So who did you end off with? What was the one that you had the bulk of your time with? Which team was that?
um probably my younger years when I played with Coach Byron, we played. That's where I met a lot of my friends that I'm close with now. And that was AMG Lady Ballers. And we would always be super aggressive. And those were really good memories that we had with that team. And so it was cool playing with them.
Yeah. So you're a young student athlete. Tell us how that goes, trying to be able to play very well and balance these books. Talk to some of
Yes,
the
okay.
athletes about doing that.
Right. So actually, I'm in all AP courses. And so that can be a challenge itself, playing sports, because, practice is like 3 hours a day. Then you have to go home, study, but you have to learn how to prioritize your time and how to manage it to get good grades, practice, and show up in practice as well. And so you just have to learn. And it can be difficult at times, but you just have to persevere, push through it, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing pretty good so far.
That's
And,
pretty big time. So for yeah, but
mhm.
you said the practices are 3 hours. That's crazy.
Yes, 3 hours. I
Okay,
be
yeah, that's
tired. I be tired a lot of times.
so what's the
you know,
support system like? Are you doing this alone? Do you have any guardians, any parents, any siblings that's going along for the ride? What's that look?
um, my mom and dad have always been there to push me, not even just in basketball, but in academics. They're like, you can't even slack on that part, or, you go get consequences too.
Right.
And so, my parents have always been a big part of that and pushing me, which also created me to just push myself. So,
That's a huge deal. Now let's talk about just as a young athlete, how important confidence is. Was that something that you always had as a basketball player, or that's something that you've seen kind of go up and down? What's your story?
mhm. It's crazy, like with my confidence, that's something I had to build over time, like, and something that helped me with that was like writing positive quotes, looking at positive quotes, speaking positivity into myself. I feel like that's a big part that helps you grow in that part, because I know a lot of people struggle with that, and I'm still working on it myself, because everything's not perfect.
Yeah.
And so me doing those little things have helped me definitely grow, because I've been through ups and downs with my confidence. But it's been at a pretty good level right now. And so you just have to think of all the positive things and you put into that, and it just helps.
Perfect, perfect. Now, let's talk a little bit about the recruitment, right? Where
Mhm.
you're playing very well in high school, you know what I'm trying to say? Now you got schools that are kind of looking at you and everything like that. Was that overwhelming? Who did we narrow down the schools to, and what was your decision? Where are we going?
I actually picked Louisiana Tech University. It was actually a very stressful process. I mean, it was, but it was also like it was weird. It was like, because you don't want to like force yourself to make a decision, but that decision that I made felt supernatural for me because of the coaching staff, and so I was very super excited. I was super excited.
Yeah. Now, was your parents heavily involved in that, or they just was like, "I'm gonna let you do you," and what was that? How'd that look like?
Both, they were like, I want it to be your decision, but also like they had a little input in it too, and so but they wanted it to be what was best for me and not what was best for them. So
That's awesome. So I'm sure that you're excited. We're a senior in the midst of this pandemic, right?
mhm.
How is this going for you, man? This is a senior year, unlike most people have had. Talk to
Right. So it's different because I like being social and talking to people, and it's my senior year, so I don't even know if we're gonna have a prom because of this COVID stuff that's going on. And so I don't mind being at home and doing school. I get my extra sleep and stuff like that, which is
me.
which is great. But I prefer being at school, being if it was back to normal, not how it is now and separate. But if it was back to normal, I'd enjoy rather being at school and communicating with people. So it's a different type of style that we have going on right now, but something that I had to get used to.
Do you feel like you're getting used to it as well as your teammates, or is it just like, man, this is real difficult for me? Everybody's pretty much going through it, but I think everybody has a little bit different story as far as adapting to it.
hmm At first, I was like, okay, I'm gonna work out every day. I'm gonna get my body right. I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna eat healthy. Come out of quarantine looking good. And then I went through a little phase. I was like, oh my gosh, like we're just in the house all the time. And then I just started getting back and kind of like I don't know, just chilling. And
Yeah,
then now it's kind of going back. Like we can interact with people a little bit more, play sports, and so it's kind of I've had like a whole bunch of ups and downs with it, but right now it's good. So
that's good. So let's go back to a little bit about the basketball growing up, because I mean, you're going to play Division I basketball.
Mhm.
I'm sure that was a goal of yours, and congratulations on that. That's a big
Thank
deal.
you.
Very welcome. What would you say tied into your on the court success? Was there somebody giving you some training, or you just going out there and just doing your very, very best?
Um, no, big thing with me is practice because I like getting up reps, and without practice, you can just kind of get kind of fumbly and stuff. And so my parents have always, my mom and dad have really always been my trainers, and we'd always get into the gym and then they'd look up videos for me to do, and they'd come up with new ideas. And so they've always been there to help me. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. So, what would be some of the things that you would tell some of the up and coming athletes, especially the ones coming through the basketball ranks, what to expect? You know what I mean? Is this going to be an easy road, or is it going to be super difficult? Everybody has kind of their different thing, but what are some of the things that you can probably prep them for?
I would say just come in prepared, so you can be mentally prepared and physically prepared because you never know what to expect, and being ready because everyone's different. And so just being the best that you can be is very important. And that comes with practice and focus and just doing little things to make you a better athlete. And so not just a better athlete, but just in general too.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. So what's the excitement level for you to take this and get into the college ranks? You know, what I mean? Does that stay on your mind, or are you just concentrating about what's going on, or it's kind of a combination?
I think it's gonna be something new because I'm not gonna be that far, but I'm gonna be in Louisiana, and so that's gonna be definitely a change. But I'm super excited, and it's gonna be different being far from my parents because they're always with me, and they're like, "Where you going? What you doing?" always in my business and stuff. So it's gonna be different having them away and me getting used to living by myself and with other people. So, but I'm super excited. So it's gonna be something new.
It's going to be something new. So again, let's tie in a little bit to the up and coming. What to expect with the recruitment process? You know what I mean? What would
Hmm.
be some of the advice in even looking at what might be the right fit for them? You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
I suggest don't rush anything, but pay attention to how like you talk to coaches, if you like the team, if you click with them. I would just say just remain yourself and see what you end up liking the most. Don't rush anything. That's my main thing is just don't rush anything and just let things fall into place.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I also recommend maybe writing down a checklist so that you can see if each school is checking off the boxes that you're looking for,
Mhm.
because there's a lot that goes into that process. So I think
Mhm.
that's super valid. Um, yeah, I think that's it. What is the goal to finish up with this year as a senior playing basketball? I know you're kind of in the midst of the season, so thank you for taking some time out. What is
Mhm.
it looking like right now at Martin High School?
Um, Wait, what's it looking like at Martin?
Yeah, I'm saying, what's it looking like at Martin? You're in the season. What are you trying to finish? What are you trying to accomplish to end this year off?
I'm just, oh, so right now we're working towards playoffs and we're really focused on that
Right.
and working on tweaking up some things in the game that we keep messing up on or things that we need to improve. And so we've just been working on that and getting prepared for higher level teams and what we're going to face in playoffs. So we're super excited for that and playing other good teams and competing. And so that's what it's looking like in the gym right now. So
Right. So you're trying to finish off this year as strong as possible. I think you hit it on the
for
head.
sure.
Just try to find a way to adapt. That's going to be the biggest thing.
Mhm.
So, in a nutshell, what we got for the parents and the kids overall for this basketball lifestyle as a young student athlete into whatever comes with it.
I would say like my advice is to do something every day that makes you better, even if it's like getting in the gym for like 10 minutes. It doesn't even have to be like an hour. Like 10 minutes a day will even improve your game because you don't want to be the same person that you were last year. You want to be even better. So to just keep improving yourself, working on the little things because you just want to see yourself grow and it also helps you with your confidence. So that's my advice.
Great advice. That's all very valid. So again, Autumn, we really appreciate you at Fit Lab. Really enjoy your time. Thank you for giving us your time. We celebrate you as a young athlete. And
Yes, thank you.
yeah, so we look forward and much success to you. Until next time, God bless, all right?
Yes, I'm super excited. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.